One of the things that isn't spelled out as much as I would like in your textbooks and your reading materials this week is HIPAA plans and compliance plans, and the essential part that requires you to do presentations, to do training and retraining, especially in HIPAA. I've done this for a long time, and I can tell you that one of the worst ways to do training for people is to use videos that give acted out examples of HIPAA and HIPAA violations, because most of the time people just laugh at them. They're not really getting the point. Once I was working for an organization where I had done HIPAA training and compliance training as part of annual training every year, and the annual training included retraining new people, retraining existing staff, and training new people at the same time. And I shared 2 days with all sorts of other people who were training people on environmental safety and fire, putting out fires, things like that, moving patients in case of disasters. So I basically had about 20 minutes to talk, and I would just talk from my heart, tell people what I knew, tell people the penalties and what penalties there could be for them, not just for the facility. Well, the administrator of the facility left and was replaced with a management team, and they came from an organization that was, known throughout the Northeast, I suppose. And one day they asked me, show me what you do for your compliance training. And I pulled out, 2 pages of notes and handed it to the temporary acting administrator. And he said, oh no, this won't do. And he handed me a 92-slide PowerPoint presentation that was used throughout his organization. Now, generally, you have to allow 1 minute for every slide that you've got in a presentation. And the first 14 or 15 of the slides were all about, in this year, such and such a thing was enacted, and in this year this was added to it, and I said, I can't do this. I can't. I'm pretty sure that the people who work in the kitchen and the people who work in environmental services really don't need to know what year every step of HIPAA was enacted. So it was a discussion, but I eventually won, because when you think about it, there are things that you learned in school. You took tests and you memorized the dates when things occurred. But has any of that helped you in the future? Has it helped you in your current life? Get to the heart of the thing. Talk to people about what HIPAA means, what compliance means, and how to avoid trouble. Thanks.